Okay, we're going to do a little video with Charlie, and going to kind of show the importance of why I teach place. It really comes in handy when we're playing fetch. Instead of him running around with the ball and me having to try to call him to me or chase him to get the ball out, I could tell him to come to the place, which just so happens to be at my side, which makes everything easier, makes his retrieve easier. And then I'm going to use the E-collar, very low level, give him a little bzz, bzz, when I say drop it, and then that's when I want him to drop the ball. And I'm using to chuck it so I don't have to touch it. Good girl! Drop. Good. Good girl. Place. Drop it. Good. Good girl. Drop it. Good girl. Come on. Drop it. Good girl. Yes. Place. Get it. Get it. Good girl. Place. Drop it. Yes. Good girl. Sit. Drop it. Good girl. Stay. So you can see how where the platform really comes in, especially when we're doing fetch. She has a target to go to instead of just getting the ball, and because when we first started this, she'd get the ball and she'd just whatever, didn't care, wasn't going to bring it back. So she's not bringing it back to me. She's just following a command to go to place, which just so happens to be next to me. Now what I would do pretty soon is probably take the legs off that thing so it's down on the ground, and then get rid of it completely. And then you don't have to have one of these things. You can use a piece of plywood down on the ground to use as the target and teach them that that's place. It doesn't matter what it is. I like to use something solid that doesn't crinkle up and fold up and get all messed up. That way I don't have to screw with it. But that's what I want. I didn't have to use the E-collar to tell her to drop it because I already did that this morning and she's already caught on. So what I would do is I would just say drop it, and I'd tap the button, and then just tapping the button she would let go of it, and then she started relating drop it to letting go of the ball. I didn't want her to put it in my hand. Some people will. You can just hold your hand underneath their mouth and do the same thing. I don't like touching them. It's nasty. So I just have them drop it on the ground and I use a chuck it. But this is the best way to run your dog. Taking dogs on a couple 30-minute walks a day does nothing for them. When I get done with her, her tongue is going to be dragging. We'll go in, she'll drink a bunch of water, eat, and she'll sleep until whenever I want to get her back out. And that's how you run a dog. This is the best way to burn energy on a dog. All right, talk to you later. Toodles.